Excellent. Yeah, my understanding is that this mounting solution statistically has a much lower incidence of roof leaks than your traditional gravity-based
Yes,
flashing
absolutely.
solution. What are some of the soft costs that go into a solar installation?
Our components that we own are high-grade materials.
This is a factory integrated solar module, microinverter, racking solution. It's all built into one product.
The smarter way to go solar.
Hi everyone, Joe Ordia here for Solar Surge, and today we're coming to you from RE+, the International Solar Conference here in Anaheim, California. And this afternoon I'm joined by Samuel Truthseeker, CEO and founder of Solvari, and we're going to be taking a look at the new Solvari SR factory integrated solar inverter mounting solution. So Samuel, did I get that right?
It was close, yeah.
Okay, well I'm excited to talk to you about this because this is, as you know, pretty much a first of its kind product. And my initial impression looking at this is that you've essentially taken the solar module, the inverter or the microinverter, and the mounting solution and factory integrated it so that the installer, the solar installer, can literally just kind of get to the business of attach it to the roof, plug it to the trunk cable, and can quickly move through a grid-tied solar installation. So I guess for those that are not familiar with this category, I know there may be many folks out there that have never seen anything like this before.
Yeah.
Walk us through the Solvari SR. What was your inspiration to design it like this? And what are some of the benefits for homeowners or installers?
Yeah, so the Solvari system is going after the soft costs. We've seen equipment costs come down over the years, but actually the cost of the solar system has stayed relatively flat. Because as material costs have come down, soft costs have come up. And what Solvari is going after is those soft costs. That's where we can really move the needle on the installed cost to the homeowner. So by incorporating everything you need to install the panel on the panel, you can get a 6 kilowatt system done in an hour. That means that same crew can get to multiple jobs in a day. And so that's where we can really push the needle on reducing costs to the homeowner. Yeah.
Well, this is important because, especially for you who've been following the channel for a while, this has been a very tough year for the solar industry, particularly for the solar installation companies. I just heard another large Texas solar installer went out of business just in the last week or so.
Right.
And so I think one of the things you touched on was the soft cost. So we know that the price of solar panels, wholesale prices of solar panels has gone down, but the total cost, retail price to the customer hasn't changed. Can you explain for those not as familiar with the terminology, what are some of the soft costs that go into a solar installation, besides just the panels and the inverters, the big things we think about? What are some of these soft costs?
So how I describe them is there are inefficiencies built into the organization in order to actually manage the complexity of the products. So this means the upfront engineering, the system design, trying to determine the number of parts and components you need for each roof, because each system is unique and has to be engineered. And then with the inefficiencies on the rooftop and the special equipment, special tools, special training that is required to get each job done in a high quality manner and done efficiently. When you do an all-in-one solar panel, you remove the 24 so SKUs that you have to manage down to one SKU. That simplifies system design, it simplifies the ordering process, and allows you then, with the acceleration of the installation, to get to increase your revenue without increasing the investment in the company. So today, if you're a solar installer and you want to grow your business, the first thing you need to do is hire more people. With Solvari, you don't. You actually can reduce your staff and accelerate your revenue by 3x with the Solvari system. And that goes right after those inefficiencies that are part of that soft cost.
Okay. So when you look at the solution, again, I'm thinking basically you're getting solar panel, inverter, racking all in one SKU, basically.
That's correct.
Right. So if you're looking at sort of total price or total price per watt on your equipment, this is, you wouldn't really compare this to just a solar module, right? You're comparing it to all three of those products.
That's correct.
Total, and since they're integrated in the factory, I assume that there's a tremendous labor savings for the installer as well.
You got it, exactly. So there's a few things going on as an advantage. We are pre-engineering this. That means that all of the connectors are the same manufacturer, they're made to work together, right? We are ensuring that the inverter is sized to the panel so that you're getting a really low DC to AC ratio for better performance. We are our components that we own are high grade materials, a glass panel. We are building your system for you using the highest quality components to guarantee that 25-year bumper-to-bumper warranty that comes with the Solvari system. Today, for a solar installer, you have many different parts and components up on that roof from different manufacturers, each with varying warranties. With Solvari, there's one warranty for the entire system. That's a component warranty, but then also a system warranty that comes with the Solvari.
Now,
It's pretty unique.
And that's something that you provide as the manufacturer, or is that something that the installer would be providing, or both?
No, we provide the component 25-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, so they don't have to bother with that. Today, some solar installers will provide their own, they call it a system warranty, and they have to because they're constructing and engineering that system on the roof. But we've done that in the factory, so we carry that warranty, so they don't have to. Yeah.
Makes sense.
The other thing is we have, because it's factory built, the skill of the installer is not as important, right? So you have, as an installation company, you have your best team, and then you have your new people that are always in training. And with the Solvari system, they're all gonna get a high quality product at the end of their install. So that, as a business owner, reduces your risk and gives you consistent quality. So you're not gonna have callbacks from homeowners, failed inspections. It's a very consistent product and very consistent install, no matter who's doing it.
Cool. Now, one of the things I noticed as well is, using a deck mounting solution, and I'd like if you can kind of walk us through what the actual attachment method is,
Yeah.
and what is the rate of roof leaks compared to more traditional solar racking systems.
Yeah. So traditional racking and a flashing attached with a metal flashing does what we call gravity waterproofing. That means it is relying on gravity to pull the rain and the water down in one direction down the roof. And that works pretty well, except in wind-driven rain circumstances where it actually can drive water up under the flashing and cause roof leaks. And so what we've done instead is we're using a flashing tape, which is a very high quality flexible tape that when you put the deck screws, I know it's a little hard to see on the video, but it comes preloaded with the deck screws and the flashing tape. So when you drive that deck screw, it goes right through the flashing tape, squeezes out to seal, and then also seals the penetration as it goes through all the layers of the roofing system. So it's a very robust flashing tape. And we've done extensive testing to prove that the tape will stay compliant for the 25 years of the life of the warranty of the product. And that's pretty unique because a lot of other solar technologies will use a butyl-based flashing tape that stays compliant for a few years, but over time becomes brittle. And that allows water to penetrate. And so done a lot of engineering to make sure we're providing the highest quality product to our customers.
Excellent. Yeah, my understanding is that this mounting solution statistically has a much lower incidence of roof leaks than your traditional gravity-based flashing solution. The other advantage, I'm thinking now as a solar installer, I think the other advantage is you don't have to worry about finding rafters on the roof, right?
That is correct.
Those flashing-based systems, you have to find the roof rafter. If that bolt doesn't catch the rafter and compress the gasket, you don't have a watertight seal.
That is correct.
But it also takes time. You got to go up there, you got to separate the shingles in many cases. Mm-hmm. You're kind of damaging the roof just to find where those rafter locations are. Whereas with this can be just directly deck mounted anywhere to the roof surface. Is that correct?
That is correct. So it's direct to deck, like you're saying. It can go anywhere on the roof. And there are direct to deck technologies out there today that are from racking manufacturers, but they have to have a flat place with which to put their mount so their flashing tape has a consistent flat surface. Ours doesn't. You can install the Solvari panel anywhere on the roof. Those fasteners can go right over changes in elevation of the shingles and still seal perfectly. And we've proven this. We've done over 4,800 hours of waterproof testing, putting these mounts into 54 different configurations across shingle levels to prove that you can put it anywhere on the roof without leaks.
Great, great. All right, so we touched on the panels. Now I want to get into some of the technical specs here. I'm sure the audience is going to want to know.
Yeah.
In terms of power class right now,
Yeah.
what in terms of power output, what are you offering right now?
Right. So Solvari is taking a different approach. We are solar made easy. And so that means keeping to a form factor that is easily manageable. We want to have a one-person carry. We want it to be safe and easy. So instead of chasing larger format panels, 450 watt panels that are hard to deal with, that are dangerous, that can blow you off the roof if the wind blows, we keep to a smaller format. So our efficiency is industry average. This panel, because of its size, is the 365 watt panel. Yeah. And yeah, high quality product.
And these are bifacial panels? It looks
These
like
are
as well?
bifacial,
So,
yep.
so this is actually the production side here.
That is correct. You're looking
Okay.
at the roof side.
Okay, so this is the underneath the panel side, so you can kind of see
correct.
the microinverter, and you're producing on both sides.
Yes.
Okay. Now I know a lot of folks are out there. They want to know how much it costs. I know
Yeah.
you can't give us a firm dollar for dollar price, but let's say there's a solar installer out there. They're used to buying, let's say, Q-cell solar panels, N-phase microinverters, and Iron Ridge racking,
Yeah.
and that's what they're going to use to build their system.
Yeah.
Price-wise, how does the Solvari solution compare to that kind of combination?
Yeah. So we're pretty competitive, and we target around a 20 cent a watt premium. That's what we're looking for. And it's pretty interesting when we talk to a lot of solar installers. They know the price of the panel and the price of the inverter, but they don't really understand the true cost of their system, right? There are many parts and components that they can take an average for, but in reality, components get lost, components get stolen, components break, they don't get used, and there's a lot of waste in the system, and they usually do not take that into account when they're thinking about the true costs of their products. With Solvari, you know exactly what your true costs are every time, because there are no extra parts, there is no waste, there are no consumables like caulk. Most people won't even consider about the $50 of caulk that they used on the roof, where there is none with Solvari. Everything is on board. So we are very cost competitive. People that do the analysis are on board, and they understand the cost savings throughout the organization, plus on the roof, and their ability to generate much greater revenue with their existing workforce.
Yeah, I mean, again, for me as a former installer, I'm thinking the real savings here is going to be time on the roof, and then just managing the logistics of a number of different parts that you don't have to worry. You have one SKU, bumper to bumper warranties are for 25 years,
Yeah.
right? And then the installer can just focus on getting these mounted and then getting on to the next job.
That's right. And if there is ever a problem, you just come to us. You know, I've been in the industry long enough to see how warranty claims work, where a cracked panel, the installer will try to get a warranty claim from the panel manufacturer and be like, oh, well, it wasn't our fault, it was the racking. And the racking people are like, well, it wasn't our fault, it was the panel's bad, right? And then both of them will say, well, the person over-tightened the bolt. And so you'll have this whole argument and fight about who's going to service and who's going to blame. Right. With Solvari, you just come back to us. We're going to take care of you. We own the entire thing. There's only one person. The buck stops with us.
Great. Now, for installers out there that want to get their hands on the product, where's your product available for sale now?
You get direct from us.
Okay.
We are working with some distribution companies, but we're ready to go. We ship anywhere in the country. We can ship up to 18 modules on one pallet. So you just tell us what time and when, and we'll make sure it's there.
Sounds good. We'll make sure we get a link down below, or maybe we can put in a little overlay here with the Solvari website. If you want to learn more information or place an initial order, check it out. So folks, again, this has been an introduction to the Solvari SR. Again, this is a factory integrated solar module microinverter racking solution. It's all built into one product, one SKU, designed to supercharge basically, or accelerate how fast the solar installation can go, especially for you solar installers out there. I want to make sure you're maximizing your return, the time that your crew has to spend on the roof. Now guys, Solvari is an early stage company, and for the first time they're offering equity in the company using the crowdfunding platform Start Engine. And this is exciting because it means that this investment opportunity is potentially open to both professional and non-professional investors. Now, the company's already raised over $1.5 million from the US government as well as from the state of California, and now they're opening up this opportunity to private investors. So if you'd like an opportunity to get involved with an early stage company that's revolutionizing the way solar is installed, then check out Solvari and the Start Engine page. We'll make sure we get a link down in the description below so that you can learn all about the company and this interesting investment opportunity. Folks, as always, if you're getting good value from these videos that you watch on Solar Surge, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And also go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. That way, as we have new videos like this coming out, it'll come up on your feed so you can stay up to date with everything. Which, by the way, that's why we're at RE+. That's why we go to these trade shows, is to make sure that you all stay up to date with the latest solar product and technology information. Well, Samuel, I thank you for taking time to chat with us today.
Joe. Thank you very much.
That does it for today's video. As always, I'm Joe Ordia here, encouraging you to get prepared and be empowered. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.